Hi everyone, it's Bandit Spurs here, and we're at Otakuthon 2017 in Montreal, here with sharemycosplay.com, and today we're interviewing WindOftheStars Cosplay. How are you today?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm very good. Yeah. So, I hear it's your first time in Montreal.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, it is actually my first time in Montreal.
Have you gotten to, see any of the town at all?
I haven't. I walked down to, a little convenience store the other day, because all my eyelash glue actually dried up, so I was like, oh no, I need stuff. But other than that, no, I haven't seen too much, so I'm hoping to see a little bit more, maybe today and a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
Because, getting to the old port with this costume would look really good, because all the old buildings, you'd get some nice photographs,
yeah.
I'm sure.
I heard that I have, this really cool, the old town has, a lot of different type of buildings that have the French influences and Victorian influences. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, I want to go over there and see.
Well, I hope you get to go and see those then eventually.
Yeah, hopefully.
So you guest at a lot of conventions. Mm-hmm. What do you find the most rewarding about guesting at conventions personally, as a cosplayer?
Definitely meeting people, talking to people, and being able to share how to make stuff, and then also hear their stories. Mm-hmm. And hearing people saying that oh, I saw your stuff and it has inspired me to create my own stuff. That is the biggest compliment that I think that you can give a cosplayer. Yeah. And it just really warms my heart when I hear people and oh, I was really nervous about cosplaying and I've been talking to you online and you really encouraged me and I'm glad you did it because now I made all these friends. And I'm just you're going to make me cry.
Because you're a big proponent of sharing the knowledge that you gain through cosplay. You do panels. Are you doing panels this weekend?
Yes, I did one this weekend already on Friday. It was my first time doing it. I did one on how to read commercial sewing patterns because I've been finding out that a lot of people don't really they're intimidated by them. Yeah. And so I was like, well, let's do a panel and see how it goes and see what type of feedback. And then I have one more tomorrow on Sunday. It's called The Great Armor Debate, and I go over pros and cons about foam and using thermoplastics and some alternatives to this.
So just as an insider scoop on how the panel would go, since no one here is going to get to see the panel. Yeah. Are you a EVA foam or are you a Warbler girl?
It kind of depends upon the application. I'm kind of if there's a certain application that it would be better to use foam, that I want to use foam. But sometimes if I know I'm going to be traveling a lot with a costume and it's not going to be either too expensive or it's going to be too painful in terms of having that much weight from the thermoplastics, then I'll do thermoplastics. Okay. So for example, my Lena that I just did, all that armor is made out of foam because it was going to be too heavy and uncomfortable with a thermoplastic, whereas alternatively, my wizard costume from Diablo, that's all thermoplastic.
So then when you're making a costume, part of your planning process is where am I going to wear this to? How long am I going to be in it, I assume, so that you can decide which materials to use?
I kind of always figure at some point I want to be able to wear it when I'm going to be a guest at a convention. Okay. Because when I'm guesting, I end up in the costume for anywhere minimum of 8 hours, sometimes 12, 13 hours.
That's a long day.
Yeah. So being able to be in it and not be dead, basically, is a big thing that I have to think about. And then I have to go, okay, I'm going to be traveling, and 9 times out of 10 I'm flying when I'm traveling. How am I going to fit this in a suitcase? Mm-hmm. And how am I going to make sure it doesn't die in the suitcase flying? Transit. Yeah, so those are always things I always try to consider when I'm making something that's big. Unfortunately, there are some costumes that are they're not flyable costumes. You have to drive. My Sekizo, it would take up a whole suitcase and my carry-on and everything if I wanted to bring in.
But when you have those characters that you're in love with, you make those little sacrifices. Maybe I can't travel with it, but I'm going to enjoy it when I'm wearing it. Oh, right?
yeah. So you definitely try to wear as many times in local events that you can wear it to, so that way you get that gratification of being able to wear it. Yeah.
So Yennefer is a good travel costume then?
Yeah, this one's actually a great travel costume. It's easy to fold up in a suitcase. It fits. I actually packed this one in my carry-on as my just in case my luggage got lost. Yeah. So that one is actually able to fit. And then I wore Luna yesterday, and that one takes a huge chunk of my suitcase because that bottom skirt is just lots of fabric. So, and then tomorrow I have Tsunade, so that's another really easy travel
Tsunade from Naruto?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
So that's a new one for me tomorrow. So
debuting?
Yeah.
All right, it's from Montreal.
Yeah, so
cool.
Yeah, so
wow, that's super exciting.
Yeah, so I'm excited. And it's I haven't made any new Naruto stuff this year.
Awesome.
So
So, like, Yennefer is from The Witcher, right?
Yes.
Are you big into gaming?
Yes, I am.
Because you've done a lot of collabs with different gaming companies, right?
Yeah, I've worked with, I think the biggest one that I've done is actually with 2K. We did a bunch of stuff for the pre-sequel release a few years ago, and I helped like judge. They had like a costume contest, and then we were actually at PAX, and we were representing the company in the game. So we've done that. I know I've done a few other things, but I'm drawing a blank on them right now.
Yeah.
So, but as a gamer, yes, like I love games. I'm right now. Summers are weird because it's kind of like that
super busy.
Yeah, it's busy, and then like there's not many games that come out during the summer. So, but I'm looking forward to Destiny 2.
Okay,
so I'm a huge Destiny fan, and I actually just finished playing The Witcher back in like May. So I was like, oh my god, I love this. I fell in love with it. So, and I started reading the books and everything. So I like totally went down that rabbit hole with The Witcher. Yeah.
So Destiny is like the next game that you're looking forward to. Is there like any other games that you're into right now or looking forward to in the near future? Destiny 2, it's more because of its social aspect. Like some of my good friends, they live pretty far away from me, and we use Destiny as our means of being able to like talk to each other and converse and just
do an
get that
active
connection.
Right. And like even though they live 8 hours away from me driving, I still feel like I see them all the time because we're talking and we're playing games. But other games that are coming out, I'm sure there are, but I know Destiny 2 is like
that's really at the top of your list.
Top of the list.
That's awesome. Great to hear, because Destiny 1, when it came out, it was a big game. It was big. We just did the beta release a couple weeks ago, and so I got to play it, and I was like, oh, I got so excited. So I was reading in your bio on the Otakuthon page that you also have involvement with theater and film. Is that true?
To an extent. There is a local theater group in my city, and they actually reached out to me for a special project. They were doing a special show about like someone who got transported into a game, and so they reached out to me. It's
like every cosplayer's dream, essentially. Right? Just put me in the video games. Yeah.
So, but it was like kind of like a drama and like finding yourself type of thing. And they reached out to me, like, hey, can you do the costumes for us? I'm like, yes, please. So it was a really fun experience because I got to actually like design them, and then I got to make them and stuff. So
that's so cool. Just to come from like conception and concept into like the actual thing on like a theater scale too.
So it was a very rewarding project, and then like getting to actually see the actors in the costume and like doing the actual play, I was like, oh, this is so cool.
So do you find your cosplay work and your cosplay experience helped you in that endeavor? It like opened up the door to something entirely different you hadn't done before?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just because when I started cosplaying, I had no idea how to sew or anything. Like, a lot of it was self-taught. And then that actually opened the door because I started working as a tailor, and I brought in my costumes for my interview. I was like, hey, this is what I can do. And, like, that is actually what got me to be a tailor. And then that kind of springboarded into expanding my skills, and then that springboarded into like doing stuff like the theater I just mentioned, and just being able to kind of overall expand in the ability to sew. And so like, and that's just kind of crazy to think about, like something that I just started as a hobby has turned into something that is almost like a career for me now. So
well, I mean, it is a career for you.
It is, yeah. So I mean, I do the costuming thing and going to different shows and stuff. Almost full time, but I also do painting stuff. I instruct painting and stuff right now too. So
wow, so you got your hands in all kinds of different art then.
Oh yeah,
always art.
As long as it's something to do with arts, I'm happy.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us what your next cosplay project are? Any little?
Oh geez, I know there's a lot of stuff I want to make. I actually been watching a lot of Teen Titans again. So like I've been wanting to make Raven for a really long time.
You do a fantastic Raven.
That is Doris. No. So
we were about to have our interview crashed by outdoor people.
I know. I was like, no, you can't come in here. Sorry. But yeah, so I've been watching a lot of that, and so I kind of want to do a Raven again and kind of do like my own kind of take on it, and have a lot of
fantastic in a Raven, like just like from the Yennefer like vibes I get from you. So
well, I finding that as I get older, I have a lot of costumes that have a lot of black and a lot of purple. So I'm like, okay, I have a type now. Right. Yeah. So other than that, I've been slowly working on an Armored Sailor Moon project, and inspired by No Flutter's like Warrior Moon. And it's been like my passion project for almost a year, where I'll work on it like pretty hardcore for a few weeks and then go, okay, I can't look at it anymore. But it's one of those ones where I'm like refusing to cut corners and stuff like that. So I want it to be like primo work, that like this is my stuff. So yeah.
Well, that's really awesome.
Yeah. So
well, is there anywhere we can catch you in the near future? Like, are you going to be guesting at any other conventions that you can tell us about?
Yeah, I actually will be at C4 on the other side of Canada in October, at the end of October. And I have a local event in my city that I'm going to be doing at the beginning of October. And then SabaCon, which is in Las Vegas, I will be at that one, which is at end of November, like the weekend before Thanksgiving.
So really packing in those air mile points then?
Yeah,
cool.
Really packing them in.
What about on social media? Where do you like to be contacted most?
It kind of depends. I check all of them pretty semi-regularly. I've been living a lot on Twitter, and I live a lot on Instagram, so if you want to kind of reach out to me, I'm more than happy to answer questions about cosplay. So if you ever have like, you're struggling, you're like, I don't know how to do this, feel free to hit me up. I love helping people. So.
We love to hear that. Yeah. We love everything that you do. Thank you so much for this interview.
No problem.
And best of luck at all your upcoming conventions.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.